Hi everybody. Well, I'm officially in the house now. Just one or two things to bring over that I left there because I was cleaning still. I'm still cleaning at the other house. Today I'm going back, doing a new vacuum and run around the house and make sure everything's swept up and cleaned and things like that. I also have my CT scan tonight. I have a lot of things going on. But I also ran into a problem at the new house, and something I had no idea was going to happen. Okay, well, the house is starting to come along. You can see I've got a few things in place. Got the TV up on the wall now. Still waiting for my blinds. Still have to put some stuff on the wall. Really echoey in here. But it's coming along. But I have to show you something. Remember when I was talking about the stove? I mentioned the stove because it's an induction stove and it has a safety feature, right? Well, that safety feature will not let it work if there is nothing on the stove. And I found that out, and I used a frying pan, and I said, oh, look, it works. That's not a problem, right? So here, let me show you what I mean. So we're putting this on high. You can see it's there. And let's see how long it takes. Well, it shuts off. There's no heat. Okay, turn it off. Now I put the pot on thinking this is going to work. So I turn it on. And it shuts off. It is not recognizing this pot because of the bottom for some reason. It recognized the frying pan that I cooked in last night, burner, but it did not recognize my small pots, which means if I want to cook pasta or rice or boiled potatoes or any peas, corn, that kind of stuff, I can't do it. So on top of moving and spending all this money on extra stuff and new blinds and all this other stuff and all the expense that took place, the last thing I expected was to have to buy new pots and pans because the stove doesn't like it. So yeah, my stove doesn't like my pots and pans, which means I gotta buy new pots and pans. That's just dumb. I did not like the stove when I saw it, just the configuration of the stove. And then I saw induction stove. I said, oh, that's kind of cool. It's really fast to heat up. It's really good that way. Like I cooked some hamburger and mushrooms last night on the frying pan. Boom, it was super hot right away. Just like, great, that's great. And then I couldn't boil any water for pasta. And I got mad. It was late. I was tired. I had moved all day. It was not a great start to the house. And now I'm looking around and I have so much stuff still to put away and get ready. All my pictures, all my stuff. You can see I've started putting things away here on the ship models and things I've gotten from my trips and everything. Did you notice, by the way, there are a few things back there from my most recent trips that I've taken. Remember, I went to Jamaica, I went to Ireland, I went to Scotland, and I went to France. So there's some things back there now that weren't there the last time I showed you the backdrop. So see if you can pick out what items I've bought to bring back as souvenirs on there. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit back there, and then I'm going to get out of the way. let's see who's the eagle eye out there can pick what I was missing or what the new things are that's on here. I still have a bunch of stuff to put up, but those are the main things that I wanted to get up there. It's going to be a long day again today. 10 o'clock tonight, I have a CT scan again. And again, I don't know if this is because they want me to go in for radiation or chemo before my surgery now, or if this is to say, okay, we're going to compare the size of the tumor from the last CT scan we had, which is just a little over a month ago, not very long ago. And then that's to prep us for the surgery. They often do that. So they have a fresh CT scan going into the surgery. And normally that would mean the surgery is coming in the next, within the week or so after they get the results of the CT scan. Hopefully, for my sake, I'm hoping that's the case, because then I can safely say that I'll be up and running into August and recovered and fully moved, and then maybe get back out on a ship. I'd love to get to Alaska this year. I'd hate to miss Alaska. I haven't missed Alaska except for the year it was shut down. Haven't missed Alaska in 23 years now. So yeah, that would be very disappointing not to go to Alaska. And if I really, really got energetic, I'd like to go to Japan as well. My friend is on Natalie, the cruise director, Nat, that you probably saw videos when I went to Australia. Well, she's back on the Diamond Princess out there as the cruise director. She's there one more for the rest of the month. So yeah, it's disappointing that I couldn't get out there, because I love Japan to begin with, and then to see it with a friend would be just as, even better. And maybe I could have talked Tony into coming along too, because I know he's not sailing too much right now, neither until September. So, but then I have my group cruise coming up in September, and I'm still trying to get him. Hey Tony, here we go. I'm going to send over some friends of ours, people who watch both of us, say, hey, Tony, on your live stream, are you going to go on Don's Cruise to Canada? Are you going to go to Don's Cruise on Canada? It'll drive him nuts. It'll drive him nuts. But I'm trying to get him. He wants to go to, he says he wants to go to Canada. His last Canada cruise was Holland America, and it got canceled because there was a hurricane in the area. So they did not go on the cruise. So I'm hoping that they join us on the Caribbean Princess. It's going to be a fun cruise, and yeah, I'm still getting everything here organized and trying to get my business back up and running from the travel agency point of view. I've just been all over the place and having a hard time keeping up. Angelina's doing her best, but there are just so many people trying to contact us right now that we're having a hard time, just the two of us, keeping up. I literally yesterday opened up my email after not opening it up on Saturday and Sunday, and there were 1,100 emails. So yeah, if you're wondering, hey, Don hasn't getting back to it, I'm swamped. I'm looking at trying to hire some more people and help me out. So, but of course I have my surgery and moving and all that right now. And so that's taking me a little bit of time. But that's my game plan, is to hire some more people going forward, because I just can't keep up. I'm trying. I'm doing my best. At least I'm not messing up people's cruises. That I'm still on top of. If there's a price reduction, I'm changing it. I'm reassessing. I'm making sure all that stuff is done. Final pay, all that stuff. Keeping an eye on that. It's just answering emails. That's the only part that I'm falling behind on. And I need to get back to reading and answering more of my, people leaving comments. I'm just so swamped right now with, obviously with the move and the surgery and the trips that I had to do for my travel agencies, award ceremony and training sessions and all that, just all came at once. Did not expect to move, did not expect to get diagnosed with cancer again, and now it always happens at once. And my stepdad passing away as well. Just hasn't been a time to just go, ah. But at least, you know what? At least I'm in the house. I'm not fully prepared yet. I can't say the house is ready because the blinds aren't up, the carpet's not down, pictures aren't up on the wall, things aren't away. None of that's done, but at least I'm in the house, even though I can't cook anything on the stove.